Niners, Drewby here, coach of your New York Marauders, bringing you what could be a win and in situation right now. So first off, let's take a look at the opponent and tell you what I got going on here. We got the Borrusia Donphan and El Scissor, our man Lars, another OG in the Draft League content game. And let's see what he's got. The Roaring Moon, Corviknight, Rillaboom, Florges, Talonflame, Dozo, Muzdale, Grafai, Palmon, Azov, Frostless, Vigoroth. That is the squad. And honestly, this team is the one that is throwing me for a loop the most. I don't know what he's going to bring. He could literally bring... I mean, obviously, every week, anybody could bring anything. But this team right here is just really, really, really throwing me completely off here. We know for a fact Roaring Moon is coming. We know for a fact that is happening. In my opinion, if I'm him, I bring AV Florges for the Walking Wake. Rillaboom might not come because I'm Sun Team, and Rillaboom is not really going to do too well against that, alright? Also, Torkoal kind of walls it really well, even if he has EQ. It's just, I don't think we might see that. Same with Corviknight. Now, the thing is, Corviknight is an absolute unit and can wall some things on my team, but I have so many answers for Corviknight just alone on this team between, 4 of these 6 Pokemon can take on Corviknight pretty well. The problem is, I don't really have a great switch-in for the Corviknight. But we'll cross that bridge if we get there. I mean, our switch-in is Torkoal, but, like, Torkoal is going to get wear down pretty quickly if I use him as switch-in, so I don't know what's going to happen there. We'll get into that. Talonflame. This could be a bulky defensive Talonflame. Could be all offensive Talonflame. Having the sun up, a Flare Blitz is always going to hurt, obviously. Talonflame isn't freaking doozy. And at the same time, like, if I go right, like, I really wanted Regieleki on this matchup as well, but at the same time, it's like, well, if I go Regieleki, then Rillaboom, Florges, Mudsdale, and both Absorb Palmon can definitely destroy that. However, Regieleki could be taken out a lot of his team. So it's like, I had Regieleki on this team on and off so many times. Oh, spoilers, don't look at that! But freaking, like, I feel like I can't not go Walking Wake. I had it off. I had Regieleki, and I keep switching the two. But I don't know, man. Walking Wake just seems so damn good. But anyway, so Mudsdale is obviously an absolute threat. Dondozo could be unaware, which completely negate Honchkrow, for example. Or, like, just be a big hunk of chucka in general. Pain in the neck mon to deal with. But he might not bring that, you know? Like, Donzo, I feel like probably won't come, but it could. And then Grafai. Grafai is a menace in Draft League. I don't care anybody says. This thing has Unburdened, like, Fake Out potential, normal gem. It has a Prankster. It can do whatever the hell it wants. It's fast. Great move pool. That thing is an absolute monster in Draft League. I'm going to draft that bad boy next time I get in Draft League for damn sure, because that thing is insane. And dealing with that, like, I have Clodsire, but Clodsire sucks this week. Rillaboom takes care of it. Corviknight walls it. Roaring Moon EQs it. Talonflame can, like, I can't do anything against it. Donzozo walls it. Mudsdale walls it and kills it. Grafai is walled by Clodsire, but I'm not just bringing Clodsire in case Grafai comes, which I feel like it will. It also walls Palmon, and that's literally all it does. It walls Grafai and Palmon, but I don't know, man. Azov might be elite. It might not be elite. It might be your Stealth Rock user. I just don't know. This team is absolutely insane. Probably screaming at me. Get to it right, you're right, chatter. I will get to it right now. Heavy duty. We are going jolly. We're going to speed tie that Roaring Moon outside of Sun, and we're going to risk it all and go for those low kicks. Low kick hits that pretty damn well. I'm not going to risk a high jump kick. Powerball is obvious, U-turn is obvious, and Super Fang is for the Mudsdale switch in, or like maybe a Florges switch in, or even a Dondozo switch in. So we're going to try to get those reads out of Super Fang. Otherwise, Super Fang would have been like maybe core change or I don't know what. But I think I like Super Fang this week on him for sure. Low kick is more than plenty to get through the Roaring Moon, and yeah, that's our Cinderace there. We're going back speed to speed tie the Roaring Moon. Now, this guy right here, Goat is a massive win con for us, but let's explain Goat right here. Roaring Moon dies to first impression every time. Every time. My opponent knows that. If I'm my opponent, I am bringing Roaring Moon in at an opportune time if I get the opportunity to do so, and I am pressing substitute every single time if it's able to happen. Because without Substitute, Roaring Moon just goes down pretty easily to our Slitherwing. Just walk in like we own the place, first impression, it's gone. Obviously, Roaring Moon can't terrestrialize. Yes, he has acrobatics and like no item kind of thing, and whatever he could do there to take me out. But first impression always goes first, and then he's gone. So if I'm my opponent, I bring sub Roaring Moon. I don't know if it's gonna be sub Dragon Dance or sub whatever, but either way, I'm bringing a substitute. So somehow we got to get around that. Other than that, though, so the wing flame charges on the Corviknight switching, and then Flareblitz in the sun will take it out, or depending on where it is, Flareblitz might just take it out in general. Close combat is our stab of choice, and then first impression, obviously, to take care of Roaring Moon, Rillaboom, Azelf. He just does big damage to everybody. So going for offensive GOAT this week is what we're going to be doing. No U-turn because we can't outspeed anything. He seems really fast. Frostlass, Azelf, Pawmot, Grafai, Talonflame, Rillaboom, Corviknight, and not Corviknight, but Roaring Moon all outspeed him. I'm not gonna get a U-turn off until it's a slow U-turn, and like those mons I'm probably not gonna want to stay in against anyway. Basically, our win con or our go-to con with their Slitherwing is just first impression when we can, or just switch them out. That's what we can do. And like I was saying, Roaring Moon is a doozy. However, we have a slight answer to it. It's not a clean answer. I had Chuckaberry on this thing, but I took it off. We have T-Wave, Magnet Rise, Psyshock, D-Gleam. D-Gleam can't kill, but it does like over 85% to the Roaring Moon. And that's fine by me, honestly. Psyshock is there. I don't like Psyshock. I'd rather like, if I had like a physical steel move, I would have put it on here. But you don't get a physical steel move. Because AV Florges obviously is a doozy. So we have Psyshock for the Grafai in case that thing gets crazy. Because this thing walls Grafai pretty well. And also, Florges comes in, I Psyshock it, and it gets around the AV. It does like 2% less than D-Gleam, but like, I don't know, man. T-Wave is obvious, and then Magnet Rise for the EQs that are coming in hot from the Roaring Moon. Once I'm in the air, you literally can't hurt me. I'm immune to Dragon, you can't EQ me, and if you go for Dark Attacks, I resist them, and I don't think you're going to sit there taking D-Gleams doing 85%, if not more to you. I crit you dead, And then I have T-Wave in case, like Azelf, Frostlass, Grafai, Talonflame, Corviknight, those guys get a little out of control. I hit him with the T-Wave, and that's it, man. Max HP, max defense, bold Klefki. So between Slitherwing and Klefki, that is our answers to the what do you call it? The Roaring Moon. Give me 1 second here. I gotta do something for work real quick. And then we have our next mon is going to be Brute Bonnet. Now, this is a little weird. So, obviously, a special Brute Bonnet would fare a lot better against the Mudsdale. The thing is, though, I don't like special Brute Bonnet in the matchup at all, especially with Florges running around. Basically, Brute Bonnet is our answer for Florges, especially if he goes Terra Ground or Water. I highly doubt he will. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Grafai being either Flying or Poison, but we shall see. Overall, what I want to do with this is Bullet Seed through the Florges. There's a big chunk of damage to it, and once I'm Terra Fire, you really can't do much back to me. And then if you bring in the Mudsdale, I will Spore it. We also Sped Crept here. Florges with 4 EVs into speed is 187. We're at 188. We Bullet Seed twice, take it out. We could Spore anything we want to, except for the obvious things like Rillaboom or maybe someone has Safety Goggles, whatever. And then we have Sucker Punch because I didn't have Sucker Punch that one time and I lost because of it, so we ain't gonna do that again. Terra Blast, Terra Fire for the Corviknight and the Rillaboom if you do indeed have that. The only thing that's iffy is the Mudsdale. I give you a free +4 defense. It's gonna be a big chunk to you. You're taking over half. I thought the damage kicker says it could kill in the sun, but it doesn't account for the defense boost, which is kind of annoying. So, Bullet Seed, we put it to sleep, and then we Bullet Seeded, or we switch out to try to get initiative from there. And that is our Grunty. A little bit of HP, max attack, a little bit of speed to make sure we outspeed Corviknight and the Florges if it comes down to it. You over here, my boy Torkoal, Tonka Tough. Lava Plume, Clear Smog, Ancient Power, Stealth Rock. I was so close not to bring in Torkoal because Roaring Moon is just so scary. I had this thing on the team, I had this thing off the team, I had this thing on the team, I had this thing off the team. But I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, we're bringing Torkoal. We're not going to bring Heat Rock in case like Roaring Moon gets really arrogant. He doesn't get 8 turns. He gets 5 turns instead of 8. Loudflame was obvious. Clear Smog in case Floor just goes Calm Mind. Clear Smog in case, I don't know, somebody tries to set up. I have Clear Smog there. Ancient Power for the Talonflame because you go like a bulky Talonflame. I Ancient Power, maybe get a boost and do a huge chunk here. And then Stealth Arc is pretty obvious. We're max HP, max defenses thing, Walls, Frostlass, Azelf, Pawmot, Grafai Eye, Talonflame, and even Florges pretty decently. So I could go Intoxic on this, but I opted for Clear Smog in case Florges does go Calm Mind, except if he goes Calm Mind, and he has like Wish Protect kind of things. Like if he's AV, it's not a problem at all. Obviously, you can't use Calm Mind if you're AV, but just in case we have that, it will bite me in the butt. Who knows? We'll see. And last but not least, I was going back and forth with this Walking Wake non-freaking stop. Do I bring it? Do I not? Obviously, with Florges around, this thing can't do anything. Or so you think. If he's not AV, Hydro Steam does like a third to it, a little bit over a third. So if I get a sub up, Hydro Steam, and then a Hydro Steam again, that could be like 60%. Maybe you're just low enough that kills you. But my goal is to get a sub up because Hydro Steam just rolls the whole entire team. Like Vigoroth, Frostlass, Azelf, Pawmot, Grafai Eye, Mudsdale, Rillaboom, Corviknight, and even Roaring Moon. Like, this thing destroys your whole entire team outside of the Dozo. And if it's unaware Dozo, I can just drop Dracos on it all day, and I don't really care what happens because I'm unaware. The stat boost is ignored, so... We're also Hobbenberry because Draco Oko's Ments. In case it comes down to Ments versus Roaring Moon, I got the Hobbenberry, and I eat your attack, and hopefully you're not Hobbenberry either. And then I Draco meter you back, and you're gone. So that is another answer for the Roaring Moon. I originally had a physical D-Dance set with like Liquidation, Fire Fang, and I think Low Kick this thing had. But I don't know, man. The physical doesn't really do that great against the Mons as opposed to like I really want to be able to. I mean, it does better against Florges and Mudsdale. Mudsdale a little bit, not really. It does better against the Florges, but I opted for a sub here because getting behind the sub, being at 109 speed and he has so many 110s, it's like I want to get the sub up so I get free damage on somebody, break a sash on Pawmot, or just do big damage. Regardless, it's banned, so I don't have to worry about that. But that's my logic there. We're going to see what happens, my friends. This could be a winning situation. We're going to get the battle going soon. Have a great day, my friends. We'll see you for the battle. Stay beautiful, stay healthy, stay sexy. We'll see you soon. Fancy outro, yeah. Was that good?